Good morning, everyone. Please be seated. On behalf of the University of Strathclyde, let me extend a very warm welcome to you to this congregation for the conferment of degrees here in our Barony Hall. This is a very special day in our university calendar. It's a graduation day, which makes it a day of celebration for all our graduands who are soon to be graduates, sitting before me and behind me, for all the family and friends who are here to see them graduate, and of course, for all the staff of the university. Now, in a few moments, it will be my privilege to cap each of the graduates as they come on stage to receive their award. I shall place the graduation cap on their head, thereby conferring their degree. And this has its roots in ancient China, where capping is recognised as a rite of passage and a mark of achievement. And once our graduates are capped, they are then part of a community of scholars at the University of Strathclyde, which can stretch back over 200 years to the Scottish Enlightenment. At the close of graduation, we have a reception in our nearby learning and teaching building, to which everyone is invited to come along and to have some refreshments. We hope to have an academic procession from the Barony to the reception. It's going to depend upon the weather. I think the rain is off just now, so we'll get an update on that towards the end of this morning's proceedings. In the meantime, I do hope that you enjoy the ceremony, and when you see your loved one come up on stage to receive their award, I would strongly encourage you to celebrate, to cheer, to clap. These occasions don't come round very often, so please feel free to make the most of it. I now formally declare that this congregation for the conferment of degrees is open, and I invite Professor Stuart Galloway of the Faculty of Engineering to present our graduates to receive their awards. Thank you.
Vice Principal, in the name of the University and by the authority of Senate, I present to you these students. For the degree of Doctor of Engineering in Advanced Manufacturing, Forging and Forming, Gennaro Strazzullo. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for Research in the Department of Biomedical Engineering, David Griffin. Olivia Johnston-Love. Alicia Shea Rees. Yi Fei Wan. For research in the Department of Design, Manufacturing and Engineering Management, Phelan Fering. Matthew David Ferguson. Muthair Hafiz. For the degree of Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering, Martine Duchemy. Dinesh Munsami. Jyotesh Warun Sridhar. In Biomedical Engineering with Cell and Tissue Engineering, Ping Jing Du. In Advanced Manufacturing, Forging and Forming, Chi Kyong Si. In Engineering Management for Process Excellence, Uma Arslan Siddiqui. In Mechatronics and Automation, Joseph Matthew Cochrane. Mohammed Abdullah Ali Eslail. In Supply Chain Management and Logistics, Subodh Raju Chandan Shivi. In Supply Chain and Sustainability Management, Mohammed Abdullah Al Rami. In Systems Engineering Management, Amanda Caroline Gostelow. For the degree of Master of Engineering in Biomedical Engineering, Charlotte Jane Adams. Noor Aina Binti Azmi. Megan Lynn Carruth. Lewis Craig. Rachel Dean. Ryan Dick. Emma Louise Donald. Thomas James Dunn. Mia Farrell. Robbie Hay. Lauren Catherine Hughes. Apichaya Jinpal. Jack Robert Key. Jade Tara Madden. Kristen Kyla May Iwajima Marshall. Cormac Mackenzie. Caitlin Eve McLean. Sabrina Merahi. Sneha Mahana Raja. Sankunil Mukho Padye. Abby Cloda Nagel. Victor Plaminov Penev. John David Samuel. Amina Shafi. Ella Stephen. Jade Annette Teixeira. Natasha Thorpe. Morgan Ward. In manufacturing engineering with management, Dawood Ahmed. Matthew David McGowan. In product design engineering, Callum Paxton Booth. Andrew Paul Brown. Brandon Coyle. Georgia Crooks. Prabinjal Singh Deary. Cameron Andrew Donahoe. Callum Thomas Folan. Zoe Patterson-Gall. Matthew Garner. Jake Gibson. Adam Paul Green. Barry C.U. Chun-Ho. Kenny Lynn. Ailey Matheson. Rhys J. McGowan. Gina Faye Pedani. Hannah Judith Petrovsky. Scott Gerald Robinson. Adam Roy. Dylan John Shields. Kajal Sohanta. Joel Stephen. In sports design engineering, Callum James Brown. Cara Suzanne Hamilton. Michael Kouriklis. Chloe Anna McKinley. Beth May Wilson. For the degree of Master of Science in Product Design and Innovation, Finlay Wilson Kennedy. Nuria Mora Hurtado. Florence May Reeves. Molly Lucy Simon. Jodie Gardner White. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Biomedical Engineering, Samantha Bloor. Ellie Martin. Megan McVeigh. Alan Mullins. Sophie Shepherd. Rachel Elizabeth Tynan. In Manufacturing Engineering with Management, Saad Mohammed. Paul John Mulroney. Vicente Osvaldo Scavone Dominguez. In Product Design Engineering, Harry Cormack. Kai Lomond Diaz-Smith. David Peter Docherty. Sarah Morrison-Graham. Thierry Shui Sintet. Rebecca Kemp. Anthony Kerr. Sophia Rose Kurtiki. Ailey McLean. Macy McGill. Manur Naz Mudge. Fatima Iman Omar. James Hastings Johnston Ray. Louis David Satar. Darren Showell. In Sports Design Engineering, Duncan Mackenzie Adamson. Innes Chalmers. Adam Jack Hunter. Findlay James Ironside. Blair Somerville. Robbie White. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Prosthetics and Orthotics, Raya Saad Hill Al-Dusani. Dunia Abdullah Salim Al-Gabshi. Aya Mohammed Nasser Al-Remi. Billy Fox Bain. Chon Jung Xiang. Gareth Cryer. Emma Marie Dugan. Francesca Hamilton. Luri Yuan Lin Venice. Hannah Jane McGeehan. Rachel Lauren McKillop. Kirsty McNair. Megan Milne. Rebecca Niven. Tope Shuan. Hannah Ross. Selina Claire Ross. Emma Jane Margaret Russell. Morven Jane Sanderson. Dominique Elizabeth Lemaistre Somerville. Leif Ailey Jube Svensdatter. In Product Design and Innovation, Abdur Rahim Ali. William Kerr Buchanan, Aidan Carswell, Lee Edgar, Arshad Ijas Hakim, Elijah Harvey, Brady Henderson, Gabriel Kelly, Jake Matthew Manson, Scott McKnight, Connor McLaughlin, Kerry McPike, George Albert Miller, Frederick Joseph Peake, Mohammed Amir Rafiq, Callum David Reid, Craig Spears, Claudia Stobie, for the degree of Master of Engineering in Biomedical Engineering, Harry Brown. All for the same degree? Yes. Right. For the degree of Master of Science in Supply Chain and Logistics Management, Rahul Tija Balajangari. Abahinve Burgu.
Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, and most of all, Strathclyde University's newest graduates, it is my pleasure to once again welcome you to this congregation. This morning, all of our graduates have been centre stage, and I would like to begin my address by congratulating all of you once again on your achievements. All your hard work has paid off, and this has now been formally recognised in front of your families and friends and the staff who taught and supported you during your time at the university. Let's give our summer graduates of 2025 a big round of applause. All of our graduates here this morning have shown great commitment, resilience and determination to arrive at this day. And once this ceremony is concluded, you'll be invited to join the academic procession, signifying that you're now full members of the Strathclyde academic community, which numbers more than 220,000 people worldwide. As esteemed members of this community, you will join a long line of alumni who have gone on to excel in their chosen fields. And this includes David Livingstone, the missionary and explorer, John Logie Baird, who invented television, Dame Eilish Angelini, Scotland's first female Solicitor General, Helen Liddell and Baroness Annabel Goldie, leading Scottish politicians, and the entrepreneur and philanthropist Sir Tom Hunter. Now today, we're celebrating your achievements and recognise that each of you will have benefited from the active support of your families, friends, and academically through your lecturers, tutors and supervisors. And for the last half hour or so, their applause has rung in your ears as you each in turn crossed this stage to receive your awards. I would now like to invite all of our graduates to show their appreciation for all the support that they have received from their family and friends. Your success, and in turn our success as a university, is in no small part due to the efforts of our staff, who are delivering our vision as a leading international technological university that is socially progressive. And you can tell a lot about the values of an organisation by looking at its roots. Strathclyde University traces its lineage back to 1796, when Anderson brought it into being, the only Scottish university founded during the Age of Enlightenment, and embodying the Enlightenment principles of reason, tolerance and equality. Anderson's belief in useful learning and his commitment to taking knowledge and using this for the greater good is the motivating force which gives Strathclyde University its momentum today. Anderson believed in knowledge for the greater good and education for all, what we would call widening access and participation. And Strathclyde University is at the forefront of widening access to higher education by welcoming those with the ability to learn, regardless of their personal circumstances, and 20% of our new students each year come from the most challenging areas of the country. Our ethos of useful learning continues to be relevant today as we seek new knowledge that we can readily apply to global challenges. We are a research-intensive university determined to make a positive difference to the lives of our students, to society and to the world. Through our groundbreaking research, we are helping to change the world for the better. Through our scientists and engineers, we are leading the development of innovative technologies that will facilitate the transition from fossil fuels to clean, sustainable energy sources such as wind, solar, geothermal and hydrogen. We are developing new drugs along with new manufacturing processes that will provide cheaper and more effective treatments in the fight against cancer and inflammatory diseases, whilst also supporting our health services to face the challenges of providing health and social care in the changing demographics of the 21st century. Through our Centre for Sustainable Development, our global-minded staff and students are co-creating solutions with our global partners across academia, society and the public sector to secure real-world impact and to tackle the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. With our focus on entrepreneurial education, we are helping students and staff to create new sustainable businesses as well as supporting economic growth. We are helping to grow Scotland's manufacturing capabilities through the National Manufacturing Institute Scotland, which is hosted by Strathclyde University. And in the near future, we'll be establishing another innovation centre named in honour of one of our most successful alumni, businessman Dr. Charles Huang, who donated £50 million to the university, an extremely generous gift given in recognition of the role that this university played in his success. £30 million of this gift will be used to expand the Glasgow City Innovation District, allowing more businesses to co-locate with the university and improve productivity, develop world-class talent, research and technology, and accelerate economic growth. The remainder of this gift will enable the creation of 2 professorial chairs in entrepreneurial entrepreneurship and in international innovation and business, along with support for research and PhD students. And our global-minded students and staff are also working in sustainable development, helping to address some of the inequalities in India, the Gambia and Malawi by establishing clean water supplies, renewable power sources and healthcare facilities. And we understand the value of working in partnership as we extend their global reach with other leading universities, including Stanford, New York University, MIT, and the National University of Singapore. As a university, we are continually working to enhance our student experience, investing in our campus, as evidenced by our new Learning and Teaching Building and Students' Union, and we are investing in student mental health and wellbeing support services and placing our students at the heart of everything that we do. Our progress in these areas has been recognised in recent years, and we are still the only UK university to have won the Times Higher University of the Year twice, and received 4 Queen's Anniversary Awards, and been named Business School of the Year and European Entrepreneurial University of the Year, and Strathclyde was also named Scottish University of the Year in the 2024 Daily Mail University League Tales. Other Faculty of Engineering achievements include in Naval Architecture, Ocean and Marine Engineering. Strathclyde and shipping company Oldendorff Carriers are setting up a research centre for sustainable shipping. They will work together on sustainable shipping issues to support international and regional efforts to decarbonise the industry, support the just transition and further enhance operational safety. Colleagues from the Department of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering are involved in drone flight trials between health services in Lothian and the Borders, and live flying between the Edinburgh Bioquarter, next to the Royal Infirmary of Edinburgh, and the Borders General Hospital in Melrose can reduce the transit time for medical samples by 90%. In biomedical engineering, stroke survivors in Scotland will benefit from 3 new specialised technology-enriched rehabilitation centres aimed to increase access to evidence-based levels of rehabilitation after strokes, providing vital support to patients following hospital discharge. In our Department of Architecture, Strathclyde is partnering a new initiative to significantly reduce carbon emissions from high-density housing in the UK towns and cities. The Centre for Net Zero High-Density Buildings is testing new prototypes and retrofit buildings in Glasgow and Edinburgh with low-carbon materials, heating and cooling systems, and energy storage technologies. And in design, manufacture and engineering management, Strathclyde has partnered with NHS Lanarkshire and NHS Highland on a transformative project aimed at improving care for patients living with multiple long-term health conditions by adopting a whole system, whole person, whole life approach, with a care model approach that integrates clinical specialisms and prioritises the needs of patients, carers and healthcare professionals. Now, these are just some of the many achievements that are being made by your staff and our students. And Strathclyde has been increasingly recognised as a place where things happen, and this is why our graduates are so highly prized by companies and organisations who are looking to recruit the best talent and drive their businesses forward. Our success is in no small part due to the collective efforts, talent and commitment of our staff, the 4,000 colleagues who deliver our vision as a leading international technological university, and like me, they're very proud of your achievements. All of our students learn how to be innovative, enterprising and creative, and they can make a real difference when they go out into the workplace. So go forth with confidence and with purpose, and with the knowledge that you are capable of great things. And wherever your career takes you, always remember that as a Strathclyde graduate, useful learning carries with it responsibilities that go beyond academic scholarship. And finally, let me offer my sincerest congratulations to you all once again on your achievements, and I hope that you enjoy the remainder of what is a very special day. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that now concludes the formal part of this morning's proceedings, which I hope you've enjoyed and that you'll take away very many happy memories. And I would remind you that we do have a reception to go to now, and I'm looking at the back of the hall. And so the message I got was that, and that. And it's now turned to that, which is good. We are in Scotland, you know the weather can change really quickly. That's maybe a bit too quick, but we get the point. So the weather is pleasant enough that we will have an academic procession. And Strathclyde's newest graduates are going to join that procession. And ladies and gentlemen, if I can ask you to remain in the hall till the academic procession passes, and then immediately follow the procession up to the Learning and Teaching Building, and we shall see you there for some refreshments. I now formally declare that this congregation for the conferment of degrees is closed.